Today is August 10th. It's two of my cousins' birthdays, and the Yankees won the wildest game of the season, and it's the midweek show, and we got stuff to talk about, so let's talk about it. Let's talk some Yanks. Ooh.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy, and I have Jake sitting right next to me, and Big Baby David is in the corner, and it is brought to you by DraftKings. The Yankees had a nice, calm, easy 9-inning game last night, so I'm well rested, got some sleep. We all are rejuvenated, full of energy, ready for game 2. It's the midweek show, so we have some Sharp stats. Katie Sharp called in. We're going to have a guest at the back end of this show. We're going to guess the lineup, and we're going to talk about some other stuff. Jake, how are you doing?
James, BBD, Mark Mogren in the chat right now with the BBD is cute. Hard agree. Firm agree on that.
I'll take it.
Couple people asking about my general health. Still a little bit of head cold, I guess. For those that watched the Talkin' Yanks pregame show yesterday, I'd like to first apologize for my actions, and then I'd like to apologize for ruining the game.
Yeah.
Because I think it's one of those flu game type situations where the best came out of me, double premo. And, but yeah, man, it's, you try to make some fun sports gambling content for the people, and, there's your second one you put out there. It's one of the worst beats of the season. But hey, they got to win, man. And that was where my head was wandering. Each time another good dude came out of the bullpen, I was like, if they lose this game, it's going to be absolutely crushing. Because then you're using all your good bullpen arms. You're in Kansas City. If you drop 2 out of 3 here, we're going to be devastated going in to face a really good Chicago White Sox team with a game that's going to be played in corn, so it's not going to feel real. And you just need to keep this good juju going as much as possible. So feeling a little better. A lot of fun stuff going on at JOMBOY Media today. The Talkin' Giants guys are here. Again,
G-Man, they're setting up shop, right, tomorrow?
Fan fest.
So if you're also a
license plate guy,
if you're a Giants fan, head over to Fan Fest and hang out with Bobby and Justin.
Daniel Jones might be there. And there's a good chance
I would bet against it, but
right.
he could.
We don't know.
I drive past
Saquon.
I drive past both stadiums on my way to work now.
Huge.
I thought it'd be like something cool Instagram story, like, hey, there's Giants, Jets, and then, here's Yankees. I don't know. How many people do you think have the same commute as me where they drive past both stadiums every day?
1,400.
You think so?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Bronx is
Could be low.
Yankee Stadium's the tougher.
Yeah, Bronx.
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A lot of people drive past Giants Stadium, whatever the fuck it's called.
I guess you could loop.
Because it's kind of right off the highway.
Yeah.
Roads.
Giants Stadium pretty easy to get to.
We usually
Eli might be there.
We usually kind of don't dissect the game on the midweek show since it's gonna be part of the series recap. But it'd be ridiculous to sit in front of a microphone and get on the air. We're not live. We kind of are. Without you should recap someone said you should remake the Sopranos intro, John. That's like my commute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could. That's funny. But we have to talk about last night. It'd be ridiculous to, save it.
To step in front of a microphone and not discuss what happened would be a disservice to not only ourselves, but the good people.
16 feet of intestine!
Should have went into law.
Yeah.
You bust out a line like that, and you're like, I just went the wrong path.
How many lawyers thicken their accent when they're making their opening and closing remarks?
All the good ones.
Yeah, right. You're not just going to talk like yourself. It's theater.
Trying to make a memory.
Theater.
Yeah, theater.
That's how Sterling says it every time.
How?
Theater.
Theater.
That's obvious.
I had a kid who was on my hockey team who said theater. And we were like 12 years old at the time. I lived in Illinois, and I just wanted, I never wanted to punch a kid more in the face. You could have insulted my entire family, and I would have been like, whatever, dude, I don't care. But if you consistently, as a kid, pronounce it theater, I'm going to want to fight you.
What did he genuinely think that's how it was supposed to be pronounced?
Well, some people from the 20s do say it like that. So he must have been mimicking his mother. Imagine if his grandfather.
His parents were saying
maybe his
it.
grandfather died, and it was like, I want to talk like my grandpa.
It's a tribute.
And now I'm the jerk.
New segment alert.
Yeah.
What's your favorite not good tweet from last night? I have one.
Okay, is it yours? What is
My favorite not good tweet of mine from last night was people forget that Phil Nevin and Brett Gardner are the same age.
Yeah, were you just playing into the loopy, like we were going loopy zone?
Just like they were talking, and you're like, those are kind of two older men.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of people that were like, yeah, I looked it up. You got me.
I didn't look it up.
Because you're pretty deep in the game. If you're, not recording a podcast 3 times a week about the Yankees, it could go through your head, and you're like, oh, yeah, I guess Nevin played.
So
Played not that long ago.
Is the new segment we just like scroll past your tweets and say
No, it could be one of your
tweet
tweets.
of your own.
Worst tweet of the game?
Like, I've said it on here before. Not all tweets are for the people. We do some for
Do some
ourselves.
tweets for yourselves.
How about this one? Bit my lip so hard, can't make it up.
Oh, my God, dude. So hard. I feel it all morning.
Why'd you bite your lip?
Because we did extra inning snacks, and I just... Dude, I had a day... If yesterday was a nightmare, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, just got very sick. The train just went full delayed mode and was like, don't know when I'm coming. It's like, oh, this is perfect. I feel awful. And then the Yankees game went as long as possible. Bet the under. Bit my lip super hard.
I did go grab the snacks. Like, before you tweeted that,
Yeah.
it was the same thought process. Like, it was like, all right, I'm going to get food.
I've earned a snack.
Yeah. And I grabbed Cheetos.
I did find my favorite bad tweet,
Okay.
which I just kind of blew my own mind.
Is it Jake's?
No. It's of mine. I was on a big are you guys watching the Yankee game kick?
Sure.
And I replied to it myself. I am too. I thought I did that like an hour later. I did it 4 minutes later because so many people were replying, like telling me what was happening. But I thought it was genuinely like
doing
30, 45, maybe an hour.
You got something else going on. What's happening? Replies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just looked, and when I saw the timestamp that I did that 4 minutes later, kind of blew my
Gets
mind.
a little wonky.
I was talking with BBD and Erica and Matt in here. I thought the Yankees were going to get walked off last night. But I want to be clear, not because I'm down and out about the team. I'm not. When they were down every time, I genuinely, and I said this during the who did they just play?
Patriots?
Right before this, Mariners.
I said this during the Mariners. I was like, this team feels like they're going to come back. That's just the sense I've been getting with this team. They've been doing it, so I don't know why you wouldn't. But just because it's almost like on the John Flaherty walk-off game where Jeter went into the stands, Manny Ramirez hits a home run in the top of the 10th or 11th or 13th maybe, and Michael Kay says on the broadcast, I remember this forever, says, I just don't think this game can end that benignly. Like, is that it? That's really just going to end like this? And then the Yankees walk it off and they win. That's how I felt, but the opposite. I was like, and I think Max Goodman tweeted it, like, prepare yourself for the walk-off grand slam.
Max Badman.
And I was with him, but it wasn't because I didn't have faith in the Yankees. It was just because I had faith in
You have
craziness,
faith in baseball.
chaos, and so when
nothing
they
wrong with
scored a
that.
run and then
Not being wrong.
when a home run would have walked it off for the Royals, I was fully ready. Like,
And Carlos Santana's up.
Yeah, and Santana's up.
You have to prep yourself for that.
So I was, when they like finished it and the game was finally over and the Yankees did win, I was like, oh wow.
Tough chopper to
I
Ruge
feel
at
like
third.
I feel like we got away with something here because that game felt like it should have just kept going forever.
Yeah.
Speaking of feeling like you're getting away with something,
Yeah, walking around with a Cushy Dreams joint behind your ear in a state where marijuana is illegal because there's no THC in it. Well, there's a little, only 0.3%, 0.03% of THC. It's smokable CBD, which helps you with anxiety. Man, had a lot of anxiety during the game, I guess. Inflammation, pain relief. It's just a good time. They got indica, sativa strains. You can get joints. You can get 8-ounce cans. Flower looks, smells, tastes like high-quality marijuana. Every run is a limited batch. So if you're done with the hard stuff, or maybe you just don't want it all the time, but you still would like to just de-stress a little bit, taste some good hemp. Is that what people say? CBD, smokable CBD, Cushy Dreams. Use promo code YANKS for 20% off your next order. It's cushydreams.com, KUSHY.dreams.com. Yanks for 20% off today. You can follow them on Twitter or Instagram at DreamsCushy. Discount code is Yanks. Yeah, so I felt like they got away with something. Excited. That game... And then a lot of what people were doing and tweeting about the game was crazy itself. Just the back and forth scoring was nuts. And then you had a lot of crazy shit beyond that. I mean, the umpire had to leave, so then we were down and up.
Umpire left.
Boone gets ejected.
Joey Gallo's ball hits the bag up the middle.
Yeah, Joey Gallo's triple, or is that
DJ's triple?
DJ's triple,
one of the otter triples.
One of the otter triples you'll see. Dyson
Gardy hits him in the face.
Baseball.
Yeah, and Dyson, the pinch runner, goes to second on a wild or error, and then goes to third, and then sack fly. Like in the bench, you're just like, I did nothing there. Like that was the easiest pinch running of my life.
God.
Yeah. Other guy getting hit in the face. That was a crazy game.
That was a crazy game, and it was funny. It was also funny watching some of the bad people on Yankees Twitter that, like, the people on Yankees Twitter that don't realize they're going to take a shot at whatever reliever has a bad day. So, like, Johnny Laza comes in, and they're like, oh, Johnny Laza gives up. Or he hasn't looked right recently. And then Chad came in, and they're like, I don't know with Chad recently. He's not looking good. Then Britton comes in, and they're like, Britton just hasn't had it this year. And it was just like, well, you know, guys, I think this game's just a little fucked up, and they all took their turns. Like, people were coming at me because I had given Britton, I put my flag away with Britton. I believe in him. Britton looked the best of all those guys. So, like, no. Yeah, if you want to be mad at every reliever, that's one way to live. But that game was pure chaos last night. And, again, if they didn't win that game, we're looking at 2 must-win games in Kansas City with a worn-out bullpen, which would have been a bad time. So, and, dude, how about Tyone, bro? He's
the best pitcher in baseball since July, I think.
It's, The breaking ball looked better last night.
That one fastball he threw for strike 3 when he just, like, chucked it. That was crazy because I was like, whoa. Like, if that wasn't strike 3, it seemed like you just, I don't know. It was good, though. Like, that was visibly the hardest fastball. I don't know the miles per hour, but, like, the most conviction, most intense fastball I've seen him throw. And he even did a little pirouette afterwards, and then was like, got him. It's like, whoa, shit.
The graphic they showed at one point during the game, which I don't believe included any of last night's game, but ERAs since Tyone's, like, stretch. And he had, like, the 5th lowest in baseball, and it was, I forget who the first three were, but it was, like, Burns, Bueller, someone else who you would not be out of place saying you picked them preseason for Cy Young, and then Tyone and Robbie Ray were 4 and 5.
How about Wade's at bat? I mean, that was nuts. 1.25 ERA since July 1st for Tyone. The best over that span with a 30 innings pitched minimum.
And his 5th inning was just so gross. Strikeout, and then he got Merrifield to tap out. It reminded me of, like, Greinke's World Series game where he was just so in control. Yeah, man, Tyler Wade, I think you tweeted out that was his best at-bat as a Yankee. I tweeted out, why don't all Tyler Wade at-bats look like that? And, by the way, like, people don't like hearing it sometimes, but he's been playing a little more, and he's been actually having good at-bats.
Since June 30th, so all of the month of July, he's got a 286 batting average with a 375 on-base percentage, 4 stolen base.
So, hey, I know Velasquez, the kid from the Bronx, gets called up, and that's as exciting as it gets. These Yankees have been wrestling everything, COVID injuries, normal injuries, everything else. Hey, I know we say this every year, and we don't normally get to a good play. Actually, Tyler Wade, each year, he has one stretch of, like, 12 games that you're like, wow, that was pretty good. Let's get it right now. We need it.
Yeah. I mean, credit to Forever Young, they posted this on Reddit, that stat line I just read, since June 30th, and they also said in that time he's played right field, left field, third base, shortstop, pinch hit, pinch ran.
Yeah.
So that's a good bench guy to have.
I think he's been our best defensive outfielder this year.
Wade?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Gardy? Leadoff, gets on twice, big RBI single, and then Voit looks so bad in his first 2 at-bats. You're like, dude, you're pressing Voit. And then the pressing works, and he hits the homer and the other big hit.
Yeah, I guess that was the only part that did suck as we got to extra innings. Like, the Tyone part is going to get lost.
We just revived it.
I know, but, Luke Voit should have had a walk-off game-winning home run. Not a walk-off, but a game-winning home run.
That home run should be memorable.
Well, I mean, Higgy had a huge...
Higster, 403-foot sack fly or whatever. But whatever. They won the game. It was a little late, but that's whatever.
Yeah. Wade stole second. That was a good game, man. That was a good game. Higgy with the big walk in front of Gardy.
They're just having good at bats. Like,
yeah.
You're not. Don't get me wrong. Higgy's a backup catcher, and some of these other guys that are filling in, but they're battling. Velasquez 2-3-2 counts where he tossed the bat, hoping for the walk. Pitches kind of got the corner, but everyone's given good at bats,
and we like that.
We like that.
Judge gets thrown out at home. Replay. There was no way they were going to overturn that based on the replays they had. And I know, like, I'm scared to say this because Yankees Twitter is such a mob, but in my heart, I think his foot is off the ground and he's out there. Like, if you had to say, gun to my head, do I think his foot is touching home plate while the tag's made? It's no. I think his foot bounced up, and I'm the ump. I'm calling him out. So I wasn't upset about it. I thought it was fine. But then we have that, and then we have Judge tweeting, which he never does.
Yeah. Getting a little chirpy at Eduardo Perez, so that was fun. I thought he was safe. I thought that one replay was clear. I know Jack Curry's on the safe train. It is tough. We are Yankee fans, and it's such a close play that how can you say you're fully taking it out? Like, I think could even be a part of you that says, in fear of Yankee Twitter, you mentally want to go the other way with it, but you can't even control that.
No, so I tweeted out before the ruling.
It's such a close play that it's tough. Eduardo Perez, when I did watch his replay of it, Judge maybe could have had a little bit of a bigger secondary. And what are we talking about right now? Are we talking about extra innings? Are we talking about any of that? And Judge feels he's safe. And if the umpire called it safe, we would have been talking about a 9-inning game. How about Judge beating that throw at home? But
yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, a lot of people listen that aren't on Twitter. Eduardo Perez tweeted, "We need a better secondary lead by Aaron Judge on the play at the plate. He was flat-footed without taking any kind of secondary. You make the call. The little things play big. Should have made it easy without a close play. Know better. Do better." Hashtag Yankees, hashtag MLB, because he is old.
Yeah, that tweet.
And Judge, who never, tweets, quote tweeted it after the game. Is it still up?
I think it is.
And Judge quote tweeted and said, cry laughing emoji, cry laughing emoji. These quote-unquote experts been out the game too long. I'm genuinely curious if Judge is I'm staying back because I don't want to get picked off there.
Right.
If there's is something, or if he's just saying, shut up, old man.
Yeah, that's the only part that you wish, if there is a counter punch, you wish he gave it.
Yes, I wish Judge offered, but I don't mind him being chirpy.
Cam Gallagher has picked off 2 guys from third base this week, and that's in the scouting report. If Judge had one of those, that'd be a pretty sharp punch back. But
yeah, or saying, being out at the plate by an inch isn't as bad as being picked off third base. Something like that. I don't know. But, what was I going to say? Judge, from all we've heard, and if you pay close attention to the team, is, a fiery shit talker. And every time we ask someone that's closer to the clubhouse, they're like, oh, yeah, Judge is always talking shit. Which is funny that he has, this... because it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
He's a competitor. These guys are
right.
top-tier competitors. But every now and then you see it. It's I thought that was crazy for him to go the quote tweet route because he never...
People kind of forget about the Sale Killer times. It's the biggest thing we ever heard from him.
Yeah.
Not that he meant for people to hear that, but
No, Judge.
he's got that edge.
Judge has gone the Jeter Yankees high and tight route, but there could be a nice little video on what he's really about at this point.
Because Jeter was the same way. You always hear the stories about Jeter just shit-talking everyone all on the other field. What are the stories about Jeter scouting reports? Was it Paul O'Neill that used to say it? Someone used to ask Jeter, is it Swisher? Gardy? Someone told the story, maybe it was Gardner, told the story on RC2, or whatever, R2C. What is that?
R2C2.
That's like a tongue twister for me. I don't know why I can never say it. That they would say, like, how's he look, Jeet, about the pitcher, and Jeter would just always say, he fucking sucks, no matter what.
Meat.
Yeah. All right, want to get the sharp stats?
I think so. We might have to jump
wanna
sharp stats with
do
something.
The other thing
okay.
first?
Yeah.
Because he's got to go.
Let's bring him in. We got a special guest coming on. It's brought to you by Manscaped. He's going to come in and shave his pubes in front of everyone. So attention listeners across the galaxy, all the way from Australia to Houston. Do you have a pube problem? If so, our friends at Manscaped have cleared you for takeoff with their 4th generation brand new Lawnmower 4.0. Kick your pubes to the next planet. With the Performance Package 4.0, the orbits in your pants will feel like you're in zero gravity when you use the best tools for the job from the leaders in male grooming. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped to get your rocket ready for takeoff. Don't call it a rocket. Sounds like a liar.
Your penis. Salvi Perez got hit in the penis yesterday.
Did he like it?
I think it missed his cup or whatever, and I don't know if he had a cup on, but he's a catcher, but he probably manscapes.
Get your rocket ready for takeoff by going to Manscaped. 20% off plus free shipping with the code YANKS. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code YANKS at manscaped.com for a clean trinity and behind your Spaceballs. Well, thank you. We debuted or we announced a new show. You can grab that on the JOMBOY Media Network, and it's New York baseball based. But it's about the Mets. And this is Jolly Olive joining us right now, hosting it with former Met reliever Jerry Blevins. So I know this is Talkin' Yanks, but we're going to have everyone that's listening go tell their Mets friends, hey, JOMBOY Media has a Mets show now.
If you have Mets friends still, after this weekend.
All Yankees fans have Mets friends. Mets fans might not have Yankee friends.
Yeah, I'm the inverse. I have only Yankees friends, but I'm the lone Mets fan. I've made a lot this year. Yeah,
gotta be close to the Mets.
Should I eat it?
Yes.
Like that?
Touch your
Right.
lips to
Mouth.
it.
Yeah.
And then
You
use
want
the
it in
mic as
licking
well.
range.
Like a soft, gentle kiss.
Yes.
Like a first date kiss.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let's talk about
Yeah, I've had
first
those.
dates.
Where you
Yeah.
Are we still on girlfriend hunt? That's all right. It'll come together. It will.
He's letting them hunt him.
I think we're going to do...
Oh, I like being hunted.
Prey, not predator.
Yeah, he's kind of just
Very
like
important.
a deer sunbathing.
Right.
When we're ready
Out
to
in
do
the
a
open.
dating
It's a good
show,
visual.
we've talked about it a little bit.
A dating show?
Don't we get to... Basically, I think we were high one day and we said, we just pick BB's
Do you know that? Yeah, do you know that dating show? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jolly,
well,
this is
there's a
supposed to be
few
great.
different factions within the company working on that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between you
Well,
guys.
our dating show
Your wife's
is
working on one.
Our dating show for BBD that Jake and I decided. I think it was a Patreon-only Q&A that we decided.
So only patrons
yes.
can date BBD.
Well, no.
Is what I'm hearing.
There are going to be
a good
5
reward.
contestants to date him, but they each have to bring 2 friends.
Okay.
And then BBD nor the 5 contestants get any say or decisions at all. It's just me and Jake and then the 2 friends bartering.
I think this is gonna go
as
over
they sit
perfectly.
and watch
Yeah.
silently.
Perfect.
It's kind of like an old Americana show.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
They barter whatever they've got,
Yes.
and we take
Yeah.
it,
Yes.
and they get BBD's love. So,
Which is still
and
a fair
that's
trade.
kind of like Shea Station,
Yeah.
or am I off?
I think you might be a little off.
Okay.
Just like a tad.
So the new show, Shea Station,
Yeah.
with Jerry, you guys recorded a practice ep, or not practice, but
I guess like a test.
test ep, and then you're recording the first official one in half hour.
Yeah, man. Starting up pretty soon.
So what's the mood? Because,
So, if you're on Mets Twitter, Mets fans, that this past week was probably the worst week of the season, probably the worst week we've had in like 10 years. So it's, I don't know if it's an opportune time to start a pod,
Yeah.
but the thing about me and Jerry is that we're both eternal optimists. I think we always look on the bright side of things. I think that, people are really going to enjoy Jerry's consolation through this episode. His feelings on it because he's been there. He's been on a team that's gotten swept, lost 7 games in a row, whatever. He's been in the trenches.
He was kind of on this team
Yeah,
this year. He was in spring training.
Could have
right?
been on this team
Yeah.
had he stuck around because of all the injuries that happened. So, Jerry's got that good firsthand experience. If anything, I'm going to be the bearer of bad news, which is even a new skill set for me that I'm going to have to develop. But I'm still super stoked. I think, they're starting a series against the Nats tonight. Hopefully they can pick some games up because they need to because they got that West Coast trip.
Are you
We're all
scared of
hearing
that
about.
West Coast trip?
So, everyone always talks about how the Mets play up to competition and then play down to competition. They lose to the
Okay.
Marlins, they lose to the Pirates, but then they beat the Brewers and they beat the Blue Jays, all of that. So, I'm feeling okay. I don't know. It's going to be 14 straight games. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how it's
And
going
a
to
lot
go.
of late nights for you.
A lot of late nights. I'm going to be staying up every night, which is
That
going to
sucks.
suck for my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
But it's going to be good for the experience as long as they're playing well. I think they'll pitch well. It's just a matter of if the bats wake up.
Well,
So,
yeah, the bats haven't. You saying you're eternal optimist.
Yeah.
To me, what goes through my head is when the battle of 300, and they're like, immortals will put their name to the test. And that's how the Mets treat eternal optimist Mets
I
fans.
think so. Yeah, because
Like,
you want to see how
think-
far you can bend
you
them.
think it's eternal?
Yeah.
Man. Who's the one Yankee you'd put on the Mets right now?
Like my favorite Yankee or the one I would take to make the team better? Those are two
Both.
very different questions.
Yeah.
Both.
I guess
Favorite
both.
is undoubtedly Jameson Tyone.
Wow.
Oh,
Why is that?
Really?
I love his story. He was my favorite since the day he got signed. I just want to say, for those who saw on Twitter, as soon as I went to a Yankee game this year, Tyone began his ride to win Pitcher of the Month.
Year to do
So
it.
I'm taking a little bit of credit, like a tiny bit, not that
Do you think
much,
it's
but
do you think it's a J thing?
I think it's a J thing.
Jolly.
It makes the
Jameson,
most sense to me.
Jerry.
Javid,
We have another J
General.
potentially.
Jeter Joylin,
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
Jerry
that one.
Jlevins.
Yeah.
It's kind of
You
getting
didn't-
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you
Jobby
guys should
Jenner.
probably-
What was that one?
Jobby Jenner.
He's in the office
Oh,
today.
come
Jobby
on, man.
Jenner.
You just
Yeah.
said hi to him.
That's a weird one.
Justin
Jobby.
It's a weird name when you think about it.
Jobby Jenner.
It's probably because it's like not a name.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to look in the technicalities.
Well, what is a
of it, but-
name? Jolly, JOMBOY, BBD.
Yeah. Where do you draw the line?
Jolly
I guess?
Olive.
Can we go one day? One
No,
day.
Never.
It's not a British name. It's not.
Well,
I mean, Jake thinks it's very British.
Is
I
it
think
'cause
you
of
should
Jolly?
open every video with that.
With Jolie Olive.
Like,
a
know how
high-pitched
there's
voice?
noises that like spark.
No,
things
he's
or,
doing
like,
his Oliver Twist voice.
like the
Yeah.
like the NBC, like if NBC could, it's like do do do, it's like whatever noise that is. Like
Yeah.
I think every Jolly Olive video.
Well, I think
should
we
just
need a
have me
soundbite of you doing
screaming.
it.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't even introduce myself.
we'll work.
Oh,
on
I have
it.
a question
That's
for you.
how the JJR theme
on
song.
on Talkin'
Yes.
Baseball, there was a bet that DraftKings was offering at the beginning of the season that the Yankees would win 5 more games than the Mets, and I hammered it. I said this is like a
your
lock.
lock?
It was one of my locks. It was looking bad for a little bit.
A little bit.
It's starting to look good.
It's looking okay now.
What do you think? How do you 5 games over?
So my preseason prediction was that the Mets won 90 games. It's not looking like that's going to come to fruition, but I still had them in second. I'd say I think the Mets still finish over 500, but I think the Yankees. If it's only if you said 10 games, I would say hell no. But I think 5 games probably. I don't think that's kind of feasible.
I've got a question.
I think
it's
I'm
that
looking good.
outlandish.
I agree that my bet's looking great. I agree with your assessment that my bet. Is
Were those my
looking good.
words?
Can the
the
Mets have a successful season not making the playoffs?
That's a tough question. I saw a lot of articles that were like, "We never."
Because Jimmy
expected
says
to
yes, but he's a
make it."
mean Yankees fan. He's
Well,
not
yeah,
always
he's
big
just
brother.
a giant bully.
No,
Yeah.
no. I've heard a lot of Mets fans say that.
He
Like,
actually shoved me in a locker my first
know.
day here. It was
the Mets
traumatic.
weren't. I think you can. It's the first year of new ownership and all this stuff, and like the DeGrom injury stinks, and a lot of other injuries
Yeah.
stink, and Noah had setbacks.
I think so. Like the example I keep drawing back to, and it's not the same thing because I don't think the Mets are gonna be the equivalent of the Dodgers, although that would be amazing. Dodgers' first year under new ownership, they didn't make the playoffs. They came in second place, and then every year since then, they've made the playoffs. So I don't think I think you take a winning season with a grain of salt. Obviously, if you're in first for 3 months of the season, you want to finish in first. But with how depleted the rosters become, how quiet the bats are, and how stacked the free agent class is going into next year, I'm still looking forward a lot to 2022. I kind of always felt like that would be the plan. I didn't have the Mets slated to even make the playoffs this year in my preseason predictions. So first place for 4 months was definitely a pleasant surprise. I still think that I'm going to be disappointed if we don't make it just because of how
You
long
had
we were
it.
up
You got
there.
teased for so long.
Yeah, exactly. If they had been, second, third place the whole run of the way, it's obviously a different feeling because you're, right outside that bubble. not quite getting it. But when you were in control and you controlled your own destiny and had time to make stuff up, it's a little bit of a tougher pill to swallow. So I'd say that I'm going to be disappointed if they don't make it. Am I shocked? No, because of the way the rosters looked. I feel like, we've kind of been underperforming the whole season and, skidding by in those months of May and June, and now it's slowly catching up to us. But, any team can get hot. There's 50 games left. None of us know what's going to happen. But
If they survive the West Coast trip, they're going to be back in the mix.
I'm just saying, the
But
rest of their
that's gonna be
schedule after that
brutal.
is really not that bad.
What about
It's
the 3 against the Yankees?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go. I'm going to be at one of those games. We should go together. It'd be kind of fun.
I think we are not in the city
Tough.
unless we do like a big road trip.
Tough look.
Yeah.
Kind of fake. A little bit.
Yeah.
Not too exposed, but
Also,
I'm exposed.
those games are going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's a September 11th anniversary game, right?
oh yeah,
the 20
you're right.
years.
Yeah.
So
I think the Yanks will win them.
Wow.
You think you're gonna win the series? Well, we won the first series,
Root
right?
for the Yanks.
Because we had the Chapman blow up,
Yeah.
and then
I know you.
we
Yeah.
lost the doubleheader second
Yeah.
game.
We'll let you.
The second game of that doubleheader is if you want to do the
That's
fun
like the turning
since
point?
this day
Yeah.
tweets.
I have one more question, and we can let you go because I know you're recording soon.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying myself.
Pete Alonso's quotes about, hey, just like, Pete Alonso said, hey, just be happy. You get to play baseball. I promise you things are going to get better. They will. You just don't even know that they will. It's a game. How do those sit with you? Because as I'm maturing, they sit a little better. But if I was like if I was in high school, I'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys know Pete. I mean, that's his nature,
Yes.
It is good that his personality is like
Yeah, it matches up.
Right.
stamped. Like we know that that's who this dude is already.
So I do think I'm really glad that you brought up James McCann's quote on the pod. I think it was talking baseball because I thought that was a much better summation of like how the clubhouse is probably feeling right now. With Pete, there's an interesting circumstance where he's been our most consistent hitter. He had the great 2019. He's been sort of like a de facto captain in Lindor's absence. And, when you're the de facto captain, you get asked those hard-hitting questions. You get put on the bump like that. I don't think Pete had bad intentions or even thought he was doing anything completely wrong with that quote because that's just the way Pete
Pete.
is.
It is.
But after the worst week we've had in, bar none, 2 years.
Going
maybe,
from first to third.
going from first to third, telling
August.
telling fans, especially New York fans, to just smile and enjoy the baseball. That's
Where's
a little
Pete
tough.
from? Ohio?
He went to Florida. Did he?
Yeah, he was
did
a
grow
Gator.
up there.
He's a Florida guy?
Assume so.
I don't think he grew up there.
I mean, it's
Born
good
in
to be-
Tampa.
It's good to be a Florida Gator.
So he's a Tampa Bay Lightning fan, maybe. I think he's a Rays fan. No shot.
Did he
All
go
right.
to that all jock high school in Tampa? Plant, yes.
You did?
Kevin Knox.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Wade
Well,
Boggs.
Shea Station, first episode comes out later today with Jerry Blevins.
Gonna be awesome.
10-year or 13-year career.
13-year
Yeah.
veteran.
For
A lot of those
Jerry
years with
Blevins.
the Mets and Athletics.
Tell your Mets friends, or which we get a lot of on some of our more popular Talkin' Yanks episode. Go drink tears over there sometimes. If
Yeah.
the Mets have a bad
fun.
time, those
Yeah.
are some of our
I
biggest
listened to
Yankees
some negative
episodes.
Talking Yanks episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
those
are
are
some
some of
of
our
our-
biggest. If they
Yeah.
get swept,
most
people
of our
come
biggest.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe negative's a good thing. I don't know.
Because
But,
if it's a good episode, only Yankee fans come.
right,
But a lot of them come.
but
like,
everyone
those are
tunes
big.
it if it's bad
But if
times.
it's a horrible episode, we get a lot of tear drinkers.
All right, so maybe I'll see some diehards there.
Even
That'd
if
be
you're a Yankees fan that just loves hearing Mets fans act like they're eternal optimists, just go check it out.
There you go. Should be a good time for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you
All
for
right.
having
Thank
me.
you very
Jolly.
much. Enjoy.
That was Julie.
He said he liked it and he wants you to do it more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
Thanks,
heard.
Jolly.
Nothing matters.
New show.
Kyle Tucker went to the same high school as Pete Alonso. I love jock schools. Like Kyle Tucker and Pete Alonso were on the same high school baseball team.
That's cool.
Could you imagine?
Who else was on it?
I don't know, bro. We could get there, but
Seems like something they should do on the Mets show.
I'm on it.
Let's do sharp stats.
sharp stats.
They don't come
Do we have
in.
another ad or just
Yeah,
Jolly
sure.
Olive?
Yeah.
We did that.
DraftKings. Get
oh
smart.
my God. This is smart. Get some information and then place bets and win a ton of money at DraftKings Sportsbook. Especially, oh my God. My bet of the day is coming back. College football's coming back, people. Do you like free money? Because DraftKings is basically giving away the most free money ever. If you bet $1 hair on any college football game, you win $200 in free bets. Do you like $200 free dollars?
Well, I like betting them on whatever Jake says is the over-under and then winning more money.
And then winning the most
Although
money.
you got it wrong yesterday.
I had the game right, to be fair.
You didn't have extra innings?
To be fair. DraftKings is giving you, again, guys, $1 bet on any college football game, and you get $200 in free bets. College football Saturdays, man. Watch the Yankees. Watch Notre Dame win if you like them. Name another college football team. 3, 2, 1.
USC.
Ooh, which one?
The only.
Gumby will be mad at you.
South Carolina.
Okay. Wow. Trev's mad at you then.
Those cheerleaders are too hot.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook
I didn't
app
mean
now.
like sexy or beautiful. I meant like they're making them wear long sleeve shirts in
Right,
really hot
sweaters.
weather, and I think they mistreat their cheerleaders.
Sweaters. I think that was the first time I realized.
That you were heterosexual?
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY to receive $200 in free bets. $1 bet on any college football game. Promo code JOMBOY to get your free $200 in free bets instantly. Limited time only. DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Indiana. 1-800-9.
Good job. Good job.
I think I found another active major leaguer from that high school, Jake Woodford.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my
Part of John Boy Media Trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yelich took him yard.
Cardinals. And Wade Boggs graduated from that high school in 1976.
Where's the first one, too, actually? It's
Hall of Famer.
It was a magnet school. It's just
started
Mr. and
it.
Mrs. Boggs started it. It was actually, he was homeschooled at that time.
Michael
Yeah, Michael
Givens,
Givens,
also from that high school.
Okay,
Not
let's
long
listen to
before.
Katie.
Hey guys, Queen of Stats
Listen up.
here, and this week I wanted to talk about, as the Yankees are making their, this late season playoff push, how different the formula to the playoffs is for the Yankees compared to historical Yankee teams. And in that formula, I'm talking about relying on what is basically a below average offense and a heavy reliance on their pitching staff to carry them to wins. And so for the first one, the below average offense, what I did is I looked at the Yankees OPS plus, and that's OPS compared to the league average. So their OPS plus right now is 98, which is, essentially below league average. And I went back in Yankees history, and only 3 times in Yankees history has a Yankee team made the playoffs with a below average offense, according to OPS plus. And that would be 1964, 1963, and 1922. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Only 3 times have they done that with a below average offense. Then what I wanted to do is obviously look at the reliance on the pitching staff. And so what I did is I looked at the percentage of wins above replacement that the team got in the entire season and what percentage came from pitching, what percentage came from the batters. So this season, the Yankees have 19.5 WAR from pitchers and 9.3 WAR from their hitters. And what I did is I then looked at in Yankees history, so that's about 2/3 of their WAR coming from pitchers. No Yankee team has ever made the playoffs with with more than 60% of their WAR coming from pitchers. So basically what they do, I'm not saying that they can't make the playoffs, but basically what I'm saying is that the formula for making the playoffs, if they do make the playoffs this season, is just wildly different than pretty much anything that most of us have ever seen in our lifetimes as being Yankee fans. All right, talk to you guys next week.
I didn't know this was going to turn into a kind of a negative voicemail.
Oh, I've got spins. We're fine.
Okay.
I mean, it starts, thank you, Katie, the queen. Miss you. Hope everything's well out there. I was actually thinking about this a little bit last night, Jim. Because if the Yanks did win that game, how they were kind of supposed to, 2-1, 3-2, whatever, we'd still have a lot more questions about the offense. I know extra innings turns into, Mickey Mouse, Ghost Runner, Manfred Man on second, whatever you want to call it. But the at-bats got a lot better. The Yankees at one point yesterday, I think they were 17 innings scoreless. So the hitting throughout the year has been the concern, which is really weird with the Yankees team, as Katie points out. Gallo and Rizzo obviously should change a lot of that. We're still missing a lot of dudes. But, man, the offense was so bad. Like, I was developing a theory at the start of this season when all the offensive numbers were down pre-Sticky Icky, or during Sticky Icky, that the Yankees' offense being bad was the only reason the league's offensive numbers were down. Because I feel like every year the Yankees have what? Like a top 5 offense.
And they carry it.
So when you make a top
especially
5...
the home run numbers.
When you make your top 5 offense a bottom 5 offense, that skews the league's numbers on a year in, year out basis. Sticky stuff goes on. Offense is happening. Man, and I think it's the other thing. A lot of people were getting off their Luke Voit tweets last night. Because his first at-bats, he was pressing. And kind of understandably so, wouldn't you? Like, you were the team leader last year.
Wouldn't you?
Fast forward a year, and they just traded for this Paisan who's now the love of everyone's household. He goes to the COVID IL. Voigt's back. Just a reminder to the people, the Yankees' best lineup come October has Luke Voit in it. He's the DH. Put Judgy and Gallo in center and left. Stanton can play right field. Rizzo at first. Voit DHing. So I really hope this offense gets going. I think the problem is, man, that dude we faced last night, that starting pitcher, he's really good.
Well, it's the top 3.
Top stuff.
Yeah, sneaky fastball. Like faster than...
Right, it was 98, but because he's so long, it was Glasnow, DeGrom, and him.
Glasnow, yeah.
Like the 3 fastest fastballs. There's a lot of talent in the league now, and you run into a pitcher like that last night, and it's the first time you see him, there's not much you can do. You battle and you hope you push a couple across, but that's a brutal ask. So, I don't know, man. Let's get everyone healthy. I believe in the lineup more. We still need like a streak.
Yeah, can I tell you the good news?
Please.
So she said that the 1922 Yankees were one of the 3 teams that made the playoffs with below average
Good squad. Too.
OPS plus. Well, that was the year that Babe Ruth and Bob Musial were suspended by Commissioner Kennesaw Landis for barnstorming, and they were out the first 5 weeks, so they didn't have 2 of their best hitters, for the first 5 weeks, so the offense was down. Also, Chick Fuster was sucking.
Drives me nuts.
He was having such a bad year, so they traded for him. They got him out of there, and they brought in Dugan from the Red Sox. Jimmy Dugan. Actually, Joe Dugan. Jumping Joe Dugan. So by the end, their batting order in 22 was completely different. And what's that similar to?
Yeah.
2021 Yankees.
These Yanks. These shoes.
Injuries, people out, people sucking. They trade for Gallo. They bring Rizzo over. Voigt's back. So 22 Yankees. How about that?
This team reminds me a lot of them.
The 22 Yankees.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The 22 Yankees had 2 Wallies on the team.
Pip and Wally?
No, the second Wally's last name wasn't Wally.
Seems like a miss.
It was Shang.
Well, Shang.
Wally Shang.
Wally Shang feels like a guy you hear's coming to happy hour, and you're like, oh, nice. Wally Shang's coming through.
Wally Shang.
I ain't seen him since he pissed in that bunker on 17.
Full name, Walter Henry Shang.
Wally Shang.
Oh, yeah. Now batting, Wally Shang. The left-hander out of Missouri. Pitching staff that season, Bob Shockey, Waite Hoyt, Bullet Joe Bush, Carl Mays, didn't he kill a guy? And Sad Sam Jones. Sad Sam Jones.
Sure was.
Oh, man. How does that stick so much? Sad Sam.
Sad Sam Jones.
Oh, want to know why he was nicknamed Sad Sam Jones?
Why?
Because of his demeanor.
Okay.
Nicknamed Sad Sam because of his demeanor. So, I mean, look at the picture of him.
Yeah.
That guy's sad.
Sad Sam Jones.
Um,
I don't want this to come off as rude, but times have changed. And, like, you could get labeled something like this very easily back in the day.
Sad Sam?
On today's Yankees, who would be, like, sad? Would it be Sad Chad Green?
Chad Green.
Okay.
Who's
got another low-key sad face?
You have the AD for sad and the AD for Chad, so sad Chad.
Yeah. Johnny Laza can sometimes have a sad face.
I have Johnny Laza as blank.
Oh, okay. I'm just a little sad.
You do?
Just a hint of sadness.
I have Chad as constantly nervous about the ghost, and
I have Johnny Lasagna. Every time I see Johnny Lasagna, he looks like he's got a little bit like, yeah, this is the anniversary of my aunt's passing 5 years ago.
Oh.
So he's not like, you can't be crazy sad about that, but you still feel it.
Yeah.
You know?
They also had Camp Skinner.
I think Jim, I've got some we can kind of circle.
Circle it.
So we got 2 more versus Kansas City, Lynch and Singer.
Can I?
Would be cool to hit. You need juice, bro?
No, you know me. I'm in the 1922 baseball reference page, and I just want to find out real quick the day that Ruth and Musial were able to come back into the lineup on 8/2.
Okay.
What's that? July?
August 2nd.
August 2nd? It says there. That can't be right then. My bad. You do
All
what
right.
you're going to do.
Yeah, I'll talk about this Yankees team. Jim, we've got 2 more games with the Royals. Let's win the series. Kind of don't care what it looks like still. We're missing a chunk of our team. We play the White Sox, Field of Dreams, and the White Sox are really good. They're going Rodon, Cease, and Giolito. Rodon and Giolito are in the Cy Young race. Cease is good, but we got him once, right? Fastball curve, so he throws change 10%, whatever. The White Sox are a really good team, and there's going to be a Field of Dreams game, whatever. Whatever happens that series happens that series.
Even if they get swept?
It would suck, but you point at Field of Dreams, you point at good pitchers. It doesn't bode well for October.
I'd like them. I'm with you. I don't like if they lose 2 out of 3.
Right.
All right. I'd like them to not get swept.
Right, obviously.
But they did sweep the White Sox, so
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Jim, after Chicago,
Yeah.
Angels,
Yeah,
one
what-
game on a Monday. Boston for 3 games. Their pitching's been rough.
Yeah.
Minnesota for 4 games.
Yeah.
Their pitching hasn't been there all year. So that is, let's see, 8 games right there. Monday, August 16th to Sunday, August 22nd. I need the bats to I want our whole season to get to a positive WRC plus or whatever it was.
The whole season?
Yeah. I think
Give me the date again. I'm gonna write it down on my calendar.
August 16th to August 22nd. Angels, Red Sox, Twins.
So August 22nd. By the end of that stretch.
Yes.
So we'll be on a road trip. Sneak preview.
Sneak preview.
Right?
Yeah, kind of the start of it.
So okay, so that's how I can remember it.
Done.
August 22nd. The whole offense has to be up.
Yeah.
And Velasquez will take us there.
So the next homestand also. Angels, Red Sox, Twins.
I love that.
Angel, Red Sox, Twins. Only one Angels game.
Only one Angels game. How much are the Yankees not going to care about that game? I know we talked about this, but it seems like that's set up to be.
Yeah, and our early COVID guys should be returning during different points there. Like, when's Gary going to be coming back? I mean, a lot of them, the first guys were pitchers, Cole and Monty, which doesn't really help that. But that's August 17th versus Boston. Like, will Rizzo be eligible for that? Let me see if I can find it quick. Rizzo, COVID on 8-8. So he might be midway through that series. We'll see where Gio's at. He had the setback. Andujar, what happened? But yeah, the next homestand. I need the Bombers to look like the Bombers.
I like that. Next homestand, so use the road trip to get all the offensive numbers back. But you still don't know who the offense is going to be. That's the scary part. Judge had some good swings, though, so.
Judgy, the nice Oppo AB. And, man, that's where you add Gary Sanchez to this lineup right now, and they still have, well, I won't include guard dog, but Stanton, Judge, Gallo, Voit, DJ can be a half point if he's looking okay. Gary, like Rugi. I don't know. You can still get a lineup, especially against teams that haven't been pitching well. You get Rizzo midway through that week, and you've got Gio's setback, so maybe they're saving him for the homestand. Maybe the Yankees are thinking that too. Because wasn't that their whole thing? He's not coming with.
Yeah.
So
That's
maybe
a long trip.
Maybe they're eyeing the Red Sox homestand.
Yeah. I don't know. They guys got to run again. Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you know that the Yankees in that 1922 season, they get in first place in the American League? Back then, it was the playoffs was just the World Series. There was no championships or anything. They play the Giants. They lost game 1. And then in game 2, they tied.
It's tough.
Isn't that bizarre?
Tied game 2 of the World Series.
Yeah. So the record after the first 2 games of the World Series was Giants 1, Yankees 0, tie 1. 1-0-1.
Okay.
What did they do with that?
I don't know. The Giants just won the next 3, so I guess it didn't come into play.
Didn't matter.
Like it was just didn't matter in the end. There was insufficient lighting, but all the fans
But
thought,
they didn't then finish it the next day.
but all the fans called conspiracy and said they just wanted to get another game so they get more money. So then Commissioner Landis made them donate all of the profits they made from the tie game to charities.
So Kennesaw Landis.
So that game just doesn't matter.
Yeah. 3-3 tie.
Isn't that bizarre?
It was tough. I mean,
A World Series game.
the Yanks had so much on Bullet Joe Bush, and he loses game 1 and game 5, and that's it. That's all, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Irish Musial. Wow, 2 Musals playing against each other in the World Series?
Basically playing with the same logo, by the way.
Yeah.
Where have all the musicals gone?
Yeah. It's a great question.
They've got shots for measles now. Look at those logos,
Wow.
BBD, yeah.
Wow, Irish Musial was Bob Musil's brother.
Heads up.
Why was his name Irish?
Irish.
His real name was Emil.
I mean, High Pockets Kelly. How do you beat that?
You want to guess the lineup?
I do. Are they throwing a lefty today? Do the Yankees care?
Oh, check this out. Musial was not actually of Irish background, but was given the nickname because someone thought he looked Irish.
That's life.
The Royals are pitching a lefty today.
Daniel Lynch.
Daniel Lynch?
Genial.
All right, let's guess the Yankees lineup, and this one is brought to you by your favorite person. Whoever your favorite person is in the world,
Tell 'em hi.
go up to them, say hi, and compliment them. If you think a good thought about someone today, let them know. People enjoy hearing compliments, and it's up to you to deliver them.
So this will be Daniel Lynch's 7th career game. Pretty big prospect. Was not pitching well in AAA, also not pitching well in the majors. So get ready for Yankee fans to get hot.
If he has a good game.
Yeah.
Okay. 6'6", 200 pounds. So we got a big boy on the bump.
Lanker. Do you think DJ bets, or who bets leadoff?
Righties have hit him better than lefties. DJ, well, he's a lefty, right?
Lefty.
DJ's going to bat leadoff.
Think he goes back?
Yep.
So ridiculous. DJ's first 2 swings from the 5-hole looked the most like the previous 2 years of DJ we've seen.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
This kid's been really good his last 3 starts.
Daniel Lynch.
Against Toronto, against Tigers, and then Toronto, and then the White Sox. So expect him to have some good stuff. He's got a 1.89 ERA against those 3 teams. Now, he did go 8 shutty against the Tigers, so that helps. But 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run against the White Sox. That's pretty good. And then 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, so quality start against Toronto. So he's not a walkover. He seems to be finding something. If the Yankees get to him, you can say, yeah, he's young, he's a rookie. But he's on a little bit of a good stretch here.
Fastball and changeup are getting hit. Slider, not so much.
So be careful to...
So you have DJ leading off.
Yeah, I have DJ leading off. If it's a lefty on the bump, I think they just go right back to it. Right? Do you agree?
I genuinely don't know. Like, it worked last night. Guard Dog had a good game. And, like, are they prepping DJ to be slid down with their max lineup? You know? Like, that's what I don't know. Like, why did it happen yesterday?
Dude, I don't know. I ran into the theory after we finished the pregame show that I think they wanted to do it on the road.
Right, but if you're going to do it, doesn't that feel like the baseball version, if you're going to do it, keep him there for a little bit and, like, see if that's his new home for the season? Like, if we look back in 3 weeks and there was one game where DJ didn't bat leadoff and it was against...
I think the next righty he will. Again.
So, platoon leadoffs?
Okay, I don't think Gardner's going to lead off. But it might not be DJ.
Okay.
But then that's so weird.
Right.
Let's just go positions who we think is going to play. Then we'll make the batting order. Like, Boyd's going to be at first, right?
Void at first. Higashioka behind the dish.
DJ at second.
Well, I mean, in lefty starter, I'm inclined to agree, but he did just catch an 11-inning game.
It was a long game, and they don't really care about Higgy and Brantley.
So, all right. So,
but maybe they're just going to get him the Wednesday off day. He's going to sit one of these two.
Let's put Wade at short and Odor. Well, Odor's a lefty.
Odor's a lefty.
But he hits lefties good.
better.
Let's go Wade at short,
Didn't
Odor
start
at third.
Yeah, I like that.
And then in left, Gallo. In center, Gardner. And in right, Judge and Stanton DH. They could throw Stanton out there and DH Judge if they want. They've done that a couple
Do they
times.
start Davis tonight? He's a righty.
Be kind of mean to Gardy.
Gardy's been good.
Gardy's been good. He's also old. He's a lefty.
And it was a long game.
And they'll sub him in. I think Davis starts.
And it was a long game. Yeah, I think you're right.
Velasquez
Easy enough
is
to
switched,
justify DJ back and lead off if you're not going to start Gardy up there too.
But Velasquez played the full game yesterday and Odor didn't. So I think Odor and Wade are the left side of the infield. So who are the righties we're looking at? Voit,
DJ,
Judge
Stanton.
They're not going to get sick with us and bat Davis leadoff, right? Absolutely not. So then DJ's got to be leadoff.
Yeah, let's do it.
DJ's leadoff. That would make... Who did they put second yesterday? Stanton?
Yeah, yesterday was Stanton, then Judge. I guess the one sicko card they could play with the leadoff spot, which they've like done a couple times over the years, but Judge
or Voit.
Judge hasn't.
Or Voit.
Voigt's let off twice this year. Judge hasn't.
Judge had... There wasn't a leadoff Judge game this year? You're looking at it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm looking at it now. So you want...
It feels like a sicko lineup today. Long game last night.
Leadoff.
It's
Luke.
already kind of a mess. It feels like a sicko lineup tonight.
DJ has let off every game when it's a lefty on the mound. When it's the only times Voit has let off is DJ didn't play.
Right.
So that would be a real... If they don't do DJ, it's like what you're
Then he's
saying,
not
which
the
I
leadoff
agree
hitter.
with. I agree with
We
that.
just don't
I
know if they're
know.
doing that. Which the Yankees, everything's so super overcalculated.
You would hope.
If they do that today, then DJ isn't the leadoff.
So the last time they...
Right.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
All right, let's just do this. The last couple times they faced a lefty, Judge has batted second, Gallo's batted third, Stan's batted fourth. They've done that the last 4 times they faced a lefty.
So just do DJ lead off and you have Voit fifth, right?
Yeah, unless you want to put lefty Odor fifth to break it up for balance. But it's a lefty starter.
They want to empower Voit.
I think they don't mind back-to-back against lefties.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do Davis 9 since he's got speed.
Yeah.
Which means Brantley 8. And then you have Odor and Wade. So Brantley 8, Wade 7, Odor 6.
It might do Brantley above.
Brantley above
Wade.
Just okay.
Maybe even.
No, because then you
Start
go.
Higgy today, man.
It's a long game.
I think there's a righty on the bump tomorrow.
But it is a long game to catch back to back.
Right,
Day game
but then,
tomorrow anyway. You're gonna sit him one of them.
I mean, Field of Dreams game. If the next game goes long, then you're Brantley in Iowa.
No, it's a day game. Tomorrow's a day game, so
Right.
you can catch that and Thursday, even if it goes long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Higgy. He doesn't play. He hasn't played a lot, anyways.
Right.
Like catchers used to do. Catchers still do this. This is Yankees brainwash speaking.
Catchers
Like
don't.
Salvi Perez, Yadier Molina.
Yeah, but those are exceptions. Catchers usually don't do that a lot. But and the pinch hit factor, I think, plays in here. They like using their bench. They pinch hit Higgy in the 6th inning last time. So same with what you were saying with Gardy. Because then just start Gardner.
Yeah, but Gardner can be your bench piece, and he's 38.
All right, so DJ, Judge, Gallo, Stanton, Voit, Odor, Higgy, Wade, Davis. That's what your guess is?
Yeah, I'll go with that. They might get funky today.
Depending on how the guys personally feel, which we don't know, I'd start Gardner too. Unless Gardner was like, no.
long game center field.
Who's starting for them tomorrow?
It's a righty. Singer. That's where I think you save Guard Dog and Brantley for that.
If Gardner doesn't play, I'd put him in right away as soon as the lefty's out.
He's like a 6th inning.
Which they can, and they've been doing,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah. All right, that's our official guess then. But yeah, they could lead off Voit, and who knows if they're like, they could just swap DJ and Voit here and say, nope, we want DJ in the 5-hole.
Interested.
Odds that they play Gardy and he's just leadoff again against a lefty pitcher.
90%. Same with Higgy and Brantley. They can go anyway with this.
And I do think a lot of this is
And Velasquez could be in. He's switch.
a lot of this is people will get upset after they see it, even us maybe. But after a game like that last night, it's so much Boone saying, how do you feel?
Yeah.
And guys, and you hear enough guys on the Chris Rose rotation and how much they sometimes need days off, or at least a half day off, that I wouldn't be shocked if Stan's not DHing today because you want to get Judge or someone else a half day off after last night.
We should like the top 6 in our lineup today.
Yeah.
Whatever
Anything
order
more
that
than
ends
that.
up being.
Probably ain't happening.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's the official lineup guess. And that's the official
Go the ball.
show. Yeah. It's over. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember to go tell your Mets fans, Mets friends, to check out the new show. Or at least tell them that it exists. Shea Station. Jerry Boven, Jolly.
They're recording right now.
Yeah, not live, though.
You
But
can hear them.
Yeah,
They're
I
getting
think
it
the
done.
episode will be out pretty quick.
Jake can't hear him. It was a lie.
Spiritually.
Oh, go Yanks. Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.